Welcome everyone, Questini here with a discussion about Lord Skrolk, who might just well be the Lord of all of Lustria, assuming you can earn it. The reason he can take control over all of Lustria relatively quickly in a campaign comes down to the fact that he has the underway, so he has a bunch of more mobility on the campaign map, especially in Lustria where the jungle is going to slow you down significantly, but he has a bunch more mobility than any other Lord does have over here. Problem is, Lord Skrolk has a significant number of issues that he's going to have to deal with in the early game. This is one of those campaigns that can be especially brutal in the beginning of a campaign, but if you do overcome that beginning, you end up in a dominant position. Now, you do start a war with the Southern Sentinels. They're not going to be the problem. Now, to be fair, I would firmly recommend that you actually fight these battles manually. I'm using some Autoresolve mods, but there is one particular battle where I'm going to turn them off because that battle defines this campaign in every single way. Like the initial battles, you want to minimize your casualties as much as possible. Take the Sentinels of Time as a tier 2 settlement. Start recruiting Night Runners. Get your hands as well on weapons dump because you're going to need some warp grinders. A few, not too many. You're mostly going to be recruiting Skaven slaves, and you're mostly going to be recruiting Night Runners with slings. Now, here's the issue of this campaign, to understand exactly what's going on. You have to the South Clan Scrat, who starts at war with Tenuin. They're going to be very generous with both their bugs in terms of their portrait, and also in terms of their money. They're going to give me a lot of their money. But they start at war with Tenuin. And Tenuin, he starts with 10 units. He has a hero. He can get the second hero very quickly in a campaign. And while Tenuin is certainly not my favorite legendary lord of the Lizardmen, if you're playing as Skaven against him, he will absolutely destroy you. You might think that the biggest threat of this campaign is Gorok, who starts right to the north of you, especially because your food settlement that you start over here is is very close to him. There is a fair point in that, but really the main threat of this particular campaign is actually Tenuin. Effectively, this campaign gets decided on whether or not you can eliminate Tenuin early on in this campaign or not. That is effectively. And why do I have a warlord over here? I feel like this guy should belong to Clan Scrat. Now, you can start the campaign over and over and over and over again. Actually, I'm just going to get Cunning over here to get an ambush success chance. You can start the campaign here over and over and over again until you get a guy with ambush chance. Or you can use the load save character system to get a Master Assassin with Sneaky. Regardless, we get ambush success chance in the region with that particular lord. I think I'm actually going to save that particular lord. Yeah, that kind of lord choice is actually going to be quite very useful for this particular campaign. And we've gotten all the money. Don't declare war on Tenuin. You will regret your life choices if you do. But first things first, we got the Southern Sentinels to deal with. We don't need to defeat them per se, we just need to neutralize them to an extent. Because they have an army of 5 units and a lord over here, but the important thing is they got the tier 3 capital over here with a garrison building, so you need to deal with that. Now, the way you deal with that is not necessarily that difficult. You just need to recruit a lot of Skaven slaves and you'll be able to win. Against them. Not against Tenuin. If you try and take Skaven slaves and rats against Tenuin, he will annihilate you. Now, this is legendary with AI stats modifier. If you're playing this campaign, I would strongly and firmly recommend that you set the stats modifiers to normal. Regardless, just end the turn, got the weapon dump. If you don't have Snitches DLC, don't bother with this. You might just get this element as a tier 3 settlement in order to get access to the construction cavern to get a Warlock Engineer. You may want him in this campaign, but that would require all of your food. And while a rebellion is certainly going to happen in your initial settlement, delaying that rebellion for a bit is probably a wise idea. So, the faction effects that Skrolk has, like he has a plague benefit, but that's not really too important. He does have a rank cooldown of minus 15 turns for the Pestilence Scheme, so he can get the Skaven Plague, which is the most powerful plague in the entire game. He can get that far easier than anyone else. We are going to recruit a bunch and a bunch and a bunch and a bunch and a bunch of Skaven slaves over here. And then we're going to recruit a bunch of Night Runners. We're not joking on this. Or rather, Night Runners with slings. Now, over here, let's take a look at the Awaken. Declare war on the Vampire Coast Mutineers. Get a bit of money. Should have probably done that earlier. Get a non-aggression pact. Do not declare war on Gorak. You will regret your life choices if you do so. You could get a decent amount of money for it, but then he's gonna come in and wipe you out if you do so. Like, you don't want to fight Gorak. Like, this is the problem of this particular campaign. You're surrounded. Okay, let's just put an ambush over here. And this army, which force marched its way here. Okay, let's move him right there, as close to the border as possible. Get a bunch of Skaven slaves. Don't even bother with the clan rats. Skaven slaves are nothing. They might be crap, but they're actually more useful than the alternative. So over here, this army should fall for ambush. If it doesn't, it's fine. That's not really the problem. You should be able to handle the siege even so. It might take you a couple of attempts, though. Now, Tenuin is not instantly going to declare war on you, but he will inevitably declare war on you. That's not even a question in this particular campaign. You can either... so you need to plan your entire campaign around the fact you've got Gorak to the north, and there's an ambush. This may fail, but there's a fairly high chance that this army will try and attack you. Now, again, some Autoresolve mods firmly recommend you play these battles manually. The way you reduce the casualties is you send your lord, your heroes, into the Saurus, and then you use your Plague Claw on the clump of Saurus. You do a significant amount of damage to it, while your Skaven slaves, clan rats deal with the skink skirmishers and all that. That's the key here. Not really a problem. Get as much money as possible. Now, what about the Southern Sentinels? Well, with the Southern Sentinels, this campaign is going to be ridiculous to an absurd level. With the Southern Sentinels, the key of dealing with them is you transfer some troops over here, clan rats, and you attack the settlement. Now, you have enough movement range. Then what you do, you lay the settlement under siege. If you can win it on the first go, that's great. If not, yeah, you can use an Autoresolve mod like me. But the important thing is, with this particular battle, is like you do as much damage as you possibly can in the first go. You have enough movement range to come back again. Though, if you are doing so, you won't be able to sack the settlement without sending in this army, which would not be ideal in a lot of ways. But all the same, we're going to do it. We're going to get a bunch of assassins over here. Yes, we're going to go full on ahead. Hero spamming. Understand that what I'm doing in this campaign is not how normally this goes. I'm not even joking on this. So over here, we're going to get 4 Warp Grinders, 1 Night Runner with Sling, and I'm actually going to globally recruit here. Yes, we're going there. We're doing the most insane fucking thing that I've ever done in any campaign in this entire game. Now, you would probably need to fight this battle manually, undeniably so, in order to achieve this result. Though, to be fair, you could probably win this battle with far less casualties. The reason is the layout of this particular settlement is such that there's a significant number of blind spots that you can take advantage of. Now, the Southern Sentinels are defeated. For the moment. Don't get the non-aggression pact with them. Just get the peace treaty. Now, you get Plague Lord. Oh, jeez, this is going to be awful. You get Plague Lord. You get Plague Rash. You get Tail Weapon. Actually, no, forget Tail Weapon. Plague Rash, Warpstone. Okay. Broom Archer. Alright. We are going to recruit a lot more. And over here, get a bunch of more Night Runners with slings. Yes, we're going so far ahead in terms of the extreme level here that I'm literally even gonna increase the local recruitment capacity. And get more Skaven slaves here as well. This is crazy. Like, I want to point this out. This is fucking bananas. Of the highest possible level. Like, what I'm doing here in this campaign is absolutely bananas, but it is absolutely necessary as well. At least on this difficulty. Like, on other difficulties, maybe not so much, but on this particular difficulty, oh yeah. Oh yes, it is. Let's get Blessed with Filth. Over here, let's get Wither. And more Warpstone tokens to increase the Winds of Magic Power Reserve capacity. So I'm recruiting here. I'm recruiting here for free freaking stacks. This is like, this is not necessary in any other campaign in the game. I don't care if it's like Boris versus going against Arcan. I don't care if it's Castalton going against Azazel. Katrin, to some extent, spamming Cossars. We're not spamming Cossars here. We're spamming tier 2 freaking Warp Grinders and Night Runners. And I want to point this out that I might just lose here anyway. For all that I'm doing. Now, I'm building a barracks here because the AI values a barracks very highly. If you can't win this battle over the Thunder Sentinels, lower the difficulty, or at least lower the AI stats modifier. You should be able to win. You might take more damage than I have, but that's not important. Okay, so now I can, with the peace agreement that I have, I can sell the Southern Sentinels to the Sentinels for a good amount of money in this campaign, which I will need, because otherwise all this unit recruitment that I'm doing, all this insane hero spamming that I'm doing, might just very well bankrupt me. In point of fact, it likely will. Okay, so over here, we take everything we got. I'm going to take 2 units from Lord Skrolk, probably the clan rats. No, not the clan rats, the Skaven slaves. We take 2 units to fill up, to give him the space needed for replenishment. And we get a bunch more Night Runners. Jesus. If you think this campaign is absurd right now, you are not wrong. It is absurd. Now, I know what Tenuan is going to do. We're gonna get this to tier 2. And actually, alright, just put them in this army then. And then sell the Sentinels for a lot more money as well. This is cheesing the game to an extreme level. So now you can see that Tenuan is not in the city. He, for whatever reason, has moved here. But I need to get him in the city. If I face this guy on an open battle, yeah, you might think, oh, you got a bunch of units cost, and surely you can win. You think so, don't you? You'd be wrong. Fly out wrong. Like, I'm not even joking on this. Like, if you think I'm gonna take an army and win against anyone with this, it ain't happening. Let's just put it like that. It ain't freaking happening. 2 entire stacks of troops, and I'm not capable of winning a field battle. Maybe I'm just bad enough, but I'll explain why this is happening. So anyway, now I'm going to declare war on him. So I'm not even eager to face him on the field battle. Like, I've said this many times in many videos. Fighting a siege is easier than a field battle, because you fight a portion of the enemy army, you can win it. Okay, so declaration of war done. He is, and you can predict this, you can make sure this happens every single time. He will be in that settlement with a full stack. He will have a reinforcement army. Okay. Now, you can't really attack the reinforcement army outside of the settlement, though to be fair, it might be a good idea to do so. If you could. Problem is, good luck with that, I suppose. I could move some plague claws around just to have siege attacker. Okay. So, he's done exactly as I predicted he would do. He's moved inside the settlement. Now, we could get rid of that reinforcement army over there by attacking it with Skrolk, because he's the only one with enough range. The issue with that little scheme is that it may not work. And this is where I start talking about Tenuin. So, let me lay siege to the settlement. Forget Toggle Fog of War, like I knew what the AI was going to do. Valiant defeat. This is modded, I might add. Now, of course, it's all Skaven slaves and all that. Fair enough. Jeez. Yeah. Okay, maybe we get enough movement range to attack that army and force it to withdraw. Because we need it to withdraw. That's not even funny, like what we're about to do here. So I force march this army and I transfer over here all the warp grinders. Actually, I'll keep. Okay. Now it says decisive victory. But let me turn off my Autoresolve mods and see if that would work here. Because if it would work, it would save me a lot of fucking hassle. And I'm not joking. Like, I do not want to face this army in an open combat. I do not want to continue the siege. Like, I need to win this battle here. But here's the thing. But let me explain something before I turn off the game and restart it. Here's why Tenuin is such a fucking nightmare to deal with. He gets, now on Legendary, that 72 leadership you see, yeah, that's already a problem enough. But you remember, AI stance modifier plus 8 leadership. Defense benefits, more leadership. Virtually every unit in his army, including his freaking heroes and himself, are not quite unbreakable, but they've got the morale that would make Slayers look up and say, yeah, that's great. Slayers who are unbreakable. Thing is, the units he has are actually good. The one benefit I might have in this army, and you might recruit a lot of warp grinders over here. Like, if you want to just cheese the shit out of this, recruit a bunch of warp grinders and warp fire throwers and auto-resolve this. Because with their high level of armor, they might do so. But these guys are unbreakable. That's the first problem. Now you might say, oh, face them on an open field. You've got the number, surely 2-1, you could, almost 3-1, you could win. No. See, they've got insane levels of morale. That's already a problem. They've got freaking frenzy. They've got poison attacks on a lot of their units. You start understanding where the issues come in. He's got physical resistance on his abilities. He's got the Flock of Doom. He's got the Wild Form. He's lag-free and he's mocking me at this point. He's got the Blade of the Serpent Tongue, which gives more poison. Like, I've tried fighting this battle, at least on this difficulty, on the open field in a siege. You can win in a siege. You'll take extreme casualties, but you can win it, especially if you attack multiple times. Or you attack one time, you do a lot of damage. By the way, this particular siege layout, just if you're thinking, oh, this will be easy, it's a siege, right? Just snipe them with Night Runners. Yeah, see this layout? This is a high elf settlement layout with a ring of towers around it. So basically, any direction you attack, there's no dead zone. One of the few fucking settlements in the game that has this layout, which prevents you as an attacker from just attacking in such a way where you take no damage. Now, to be fair, with the Plague Claws that I start with, it's no problem. I could have recruited more Plague Claws, no issue. And I could have also let the reinforcement army stand, but I wanted to eliminate it because that's even... Like, I wanted to eliminate them from the field, just to increase my chances. Like, I also got really, really lucky over here that he put his King Chief in the second army as opposed to the main army. But he's basically got 80 fucking leadership on these guys. 80. 10 from his Lord effect, which gives 10 leadership against Skaven specifically. So you're looking, like, just to grasp this, these Kroxigars with the 10 leadership and the 8, as well as the leadership from defensive, they basically are at 100 leadership. They're nearly unbreakable. You will have to kill them. These salamander hunting packs, you're looking at over, what, 70, 74? And that's before you're counting, like, at least with the stats modifier. So, the only way, like, if you fight this battle manually, you're going to take extreme fucking casualties. Okay, so I'm just going to restart my game, disable the Autoresolve mods, and see if this is gonna work. It may or may not. Now, as stated, you could just cheese the shit out of this with Warp Fire Throwers and Warp Grinders. That would work. That would work very well. Oh, why don't you lay an ambush for him, you might ask? Because you can lay an ambush for this guy, and he might walk right into it. You succeed in the ambush, and he still beats you. Like, ambushes only work when you can break the enemy with morale shocks and do enough damage. Tenuin has nearly unbreakable units that he's gonna throw against you. And keep in mind, you still got Gorok to the north, so you can't just sit on your ass and take your time with this. No, you gotta deal with this pronto in this campaign, because Mr. Gorok over here to the north is gonna annihilate you if you let him. So you actually need to fight this battle. That's the thing to point out over here. Now, this is the reason I've recruited so many units, so many Skaven slaves, so many Night Runners, so many Warp Grinders, is because this one stack is one of the hardest early game challenges in the entire game. Kazrak has a miserable situation attacking a Wood Elf tree early on in his campaign, but at least Kazrak has easy opponents to deal with throughout. You've got Gorok, at least he doesn't have Lord Croak when you're not playing as him, but you've got Gorok to north, you've got this guy to the south. And this guy is on a crusade against Skaven. I'll talk about him in a separate video. I've already done a full video on his campaign, but let's just say Tenuin is kind of breaking the game in a lot of ways. So once I disable Autoresolve mods, the actual result shows its face. You might have him with 2 heroes here. He generally will try and recruit a second army over here that you can chase. Out doing what I did exactly over here. So I got lucky with that hero being there, but keep in mind that the Skink Chief that he might recruit might lower your leadership. That's fantastic. Now, the reason I recruited Night Runners in this situation is, with slings, is that they can do a lot of damage from range. Normally, Warp Grinders and Warp Fire Throwers would work. Hell, normally even Clan Rats would work. But the problem is, one, he's got such high leadership and frenzy in melee that you're not going to rely on Clan Rats to win. You try and bring Clan Rats against Tenuin, he's going to chew them up. You try and bring Warp Grinders, he's going to annihilate them because most of the damage he's doing with these red crested things, as well as the Kroxigars, is going to be armor-piercing damage. So, what can you do in this situation? Well, you want to chase out the reinforcement army so he doesn't have 2 lords and maybe an extra hero. You want to bring everything you got, all of this. Like, this is like maximizing the output of these armies to the highest possible degree. So let's fight this battle. Okay, reinforcements are going to come from there. So we're going to deploy actually on that particular side. And the reason we're also going to deploy on that side is there's fewer towers here. The problem here... Actually, the problem here is that the slope is in such a way that if you... that shooting up from it, like, it's not just that there's a lot of towers here. Like, a lot. This is one of the settlement layouts. Like, this is one of those few settlement layouts where it's actually very beneficial for the defender. And I get to deal with a guy who can smack me down very hard in a battle. Okay. The key here... Alright, let's deploy those play claws over here. We're going to use the warp grinders to destroy the walls and throw the enemy off the walls. Oh, jeez. This is gonna be an interesting one. The key, by the way, is to have your lords... actually, let's just get Lord Skrolk to do this dance, because we're gonna use every single exploit that's available in the game to win this one. Okay, destroy the walls, and Plague Claws will start shooting there. Wait, why is the tower there so low HP? That's a bit bizarre. Anyway, just destroy the tower. Now, normally the towers would shoot at the closest unit, but I guess in this case it's not gonna happen. Warp grinders have one purpose and one purpose alone: destroying the walls. So that the enemy, so that they are forced out of from their little hidey holes over there. I wish I could attack. Alright. We can potentially even do some damage on the units on the walls if we're lucky enough. Maybe. There he is. Keep destroying walls. Reinforcements have arrived. We need to kill him. That's easier said than done, by the way. Now we've reduced their armor. Alright, that was lucky indeed, but I can end up doing this. Alright, let's keep destroying walls. Okay, Bastiladon with Arc of Sotek is coming out. Alright, let's just move those play claws. They're not useful at all. And one by one, Oh shit, Croxigar. Yeah. And now we just gotta wait for the Skaven Slaves and Night Runners to do their thing. While I keep destroying walls and gates and you name it. Nice part is that with all the walls we've destroyed here, the towers here are no longer usable. Game. Just being game. Problem is, destroying all these lovely walls is not necessarily going to have the positive impact you might think it will. Okay. Right, so Salamander Hunting Pack. You really don't want to enter the Salmon, by the way. And I'm just going to keep destroying stuff here. Already lost one unit of Orc Grinders. That wasn't great. Alright, so Salamanders. Alright, so now it's just a question of waiting for them to win the range duel. Even if they can't... at least we eliminate as much of the army as we possibly can here. And you do want to go for full-on elimination. Okay, Plague Claws have done their thing. Not as useful as I would have liked it to be, but hey, we take what we can get, right? Alright, let's go inside. And just go hunting. Chameleon Stalkers right there.
Plague cast. Our tail's yours. Onwards. Excuse me. Master assassin.
Alright, I got Warp Grinders for one particular purpose, and that purpose was, of course, to deal with with the Croxigars here. The same croc cigars that are beating up my entire hero squad very, very easily here.
Night runners. Now, ready now. Move.
So now, just summon some clan rats right there on top of their hides. Keep using magic. Now, you might rightly ask, well, why don't you just use stealth? I'm really not fond of that.
Guide us, horned one. Slingers. Creatures.
Besides, it's not gonna work in this case. Too many units.
Priest.
Get some more poison attacks.
Spells.
And there's the magic.
Capsules, come on.
Alright, let's send them in.
Slingers. Nash till kill. String ricato threat. Clan rats. Lord Skrolk.
It was very fortunate Tenuin decided to commit suicide very early there.
War grinder.
Right, so they're finished. Opening these gaps in the walls does create certain opportunities that you wouldn't have otherwise.
I am Skrolk. Night runners.
Alright, let's send the clan rats in for...
Skitter and leap. Plague monks.
Try and
to
get
me.
Skrolk out of here.
Plague monks. We serve. Skitter skate. Move time. Forward or backward. Scampering. Kill. Learn. Slingers. For the burning tide. Slide. Stab. I die. Come, brothers. Plague monks. Onwards. Onwards. Slingers. The hidden death. Stab.
Trying to get them out. Alright, they're breaking.
Ready. Faster, Scotty. Hasten up. Plague.
This might be a slow battle, but it is winnable. At least like this. Now, if Lord Skrolk hadn't committed suicide there, it would have been probably a bit more difficult. Okay, that's... Okay. So, but still a Dawn over there with Arc of Sotek, just doing his thing. If he could recruit Saurus from the very beginning of his campaign... By the way, Tenuin has a bunch of benefits as well that he can use. Beyond the, the initial one, the baseline ones. Yeah, it's like even crazier than you might think. Alright, so right now I might need to win a victory point type style victory. Okay, they might just break. Might being the operative word over here. Problem is they still have all those towers that they might have built in the bell, so it's not like this is gonna be a cakewalk either. Thankfully, there's not a whole lot of towers. So just one at a time, start dealing with them. Alright, skink skirmishers engage in like croc cigars still being a freaking issue. Refusing to die. Alright, they're breaking. They're breaking as well. There are just some units there. This has been one of the most insane battles I have fought in every campaign. Okay, there are some more insane ones, but like generally with like higher ranked armies, I don't think I want to see what a higher ranked army does here. Just at least chameleon skinks, it's just down to them. Alright, so they should start breaking apart. Alright. Holy shit. That was something else. Holy fuck. I think Archeon better step the fuck aside. Holy crap. Jesus, that was something. Okay. No, you know what? This entire army gets disbanded. This entire... Oh my gosh.
Enemies dead, slain, rejoice.
Like... Okay. I'll just keep these armies intact for one turn. I am going to disband a lot of... I am going to obviously disband a lot of these... freaking... Could have gotten terror, might have helped a bit. I don't know.
Horned rat provides.
Or I could keep the armies here in the south and go deal with the remnants here. Yeah, I think I will do just that. Just keep these guys over here, like keep this army while this army marches north to deal with the inevitability of Gorok. At Said there are some elves over here, so maybe I want to deal with those. Like, this army can deal with the elves, and so I'll just get some Skaven chieftains. Victory, quote unquote. You can use the underway, you can use ambush tactics, maybe you get lucky in an ambush. Oh, crap. Okay, so one army is going to march north to pin Gorok in place. You still got that entire situation to deal with. Now, thankfully, Gorok is not going to declare war on you if you're successful here. So this is where things get really nasty for Skrolk. You lose this battle, you lose a lot of units. That's just an invitation for Gorok to come in and wipe you out. Okay. So just gonna get rid of these Skaven slaves. Economy is gonna start actually breathing again. Alright, gonna get some chieftains. What's the situation here? Alright. And I'm gonna switch the commandment back again.
My man,
King
of the Vampire Coast.
Although I don't quite have enough money, so what do I do? Alright, that should be enough.
My eyes gone, but I see. Show me your god. Wounds.
And then I can go deal with the high elves over there. Yeah. This is one of the few cases, one of the very, very few extreme one-sided cases. Like, I just dealt with the tier 3 siege earlier. That was easy, though. Like, that wasn't not as much of a problem. Like, with all the Skaven slaves and all that, you just use the same tactics I just showed here. And you have enough movement reach to attack the settlement multiple times. You might just need to fall back all that. Alright, so Sentinels of Seti. We're not letting this guy walk away. And this is on mod to keep in mind that. What a fucking campaign, though. What an experience. And it has been an experience. And that's it. Tenwin is gone. Victory. Glorious freaking victory. Disband this army. Now, you could decide not to deal with... let's get that to tier 3. Yeah, that's all gonna be a problem, isn't it? Let's cancel that until we can deal with the quest battle. He does have a quest battle too, where he gets ambushed by the fucking vampires. You know, after dealing with everything here, I'll take an ambush by the vampires any day. If I need money, I can always sell all of this to the high elves. Just keep moving, start moving west. Sell all of this to the high elves. Deal with them later, because we got other priorities in this campaign. Many other priorities. I'm just going to disband one unit. Plague monks are really cheap. Like, that's the thing. Like, they are genuinely very cheap, so you could use them. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna sell all of this to the high elves. Then deal with them. Or maybe get Rakarth to deal with them. Now, to be fair, with respect to the siege battle, I might have ended up.
I trust you do not
It
expect
might
a
have ended
full
up being
welcome
far more
here.
bloody had
As you say.
tic-tac-toe not. Had tic-tac-toe anyway. Not committed suicide the way he did.
In my line, we make clans stronger.
Shakwakani Itzakwazo Tlax.
Like Petra, I am divine.
Wealth. Luther.
Verminous valor!
In shadow.
One of the worst situations. Out of money. Forced to make decisions you wouldn't want to make normally. Now, usually what I do in this situation is fight the siege battle. Problem is that siege battle is significantly harder to do. So I'm having to sacrifice here. Which is not something I like. But I'm gonna have to wait for the elves to get a bit more money. Yeah, let's just go with that. Then go to war with the dwarves. That seems like a reasonable enough situation. This army should be able to obliterate the dwarves, give me all the money I need. The distances in Lustria are such that you kind of have to prepare for that. And once I get everything sorted out over here, what I'm going to do is send Skrolk to go deal with with the Gorok. Speaking about Gorok, maybe a bit of money over here from him. Actually, for declaring war on a Khorne faction, that's not going to be really a threat.
Doubtful.
I would expect more from the dwarves, actually. Than this.
I trust you do not expect a full welcome here. Most astute. My madness.
I gotta farm them for experience.
Can't see me.
Right, that's just about it. We do have a regiment renown over here that's available for recruitment. And yeah, eventually I'll just turn my guns against the elves, sell all of this territory to Rakarth. That's just how it's gonna go. I could be concerned about the dwarves because they could attack my settlement there to the north. But let's see what they do. Randomization does play a role. And now I just need to get more experience on Skrolk's army, get the spells that make it nasty, and then deal with the quest battles. Because, and also advance through the mountains in an ambush. Or maybe not even advance through the mountains. Okay.
Bow before a king.
Rakarth.
Aye.
So Rakarth is gonna do me a favor over here.
Conqueror's delight. Time to attack. Find me with Warpstone, brothers.
Okay.
Make horror.
Now, these guys only have one army at this point, because it is only turn 10 after all.
Ready, ready. Through cave caverns. Move that. I am the Plague Lord. Lustria is mine. You're in Liber Bubonicus.
Okay. So I'll just go deal with their rebellion.
You?
Luther Harkon, I cannot guarantee your safety. Curse my...
Hello!
Attend your king.
Alright, they're at war with those Skaven. That's good. Rebellion there, so we'll just use the underweight to deal with that. Hell, maybe I'll even sell this element back to the dwarves. That could work. I could also sell all the stuff that I'm capturing to the elves and then declare war on the elves. So basically, at this point, this is my campaign to lose. Unless Skrolk declares war on me, then I have to concentrate everything on him. It's a question of money, just not having the armies. This is an issue in Lustria in general.
You dare approach a lord of the Dowie in such a manner?
King! My madness... What message do you bring for the vampire?
Yes!
Submit.
Curse my...
Well, we're gonna end up in a war with him anyway, so might as well accept it.
My dynasty reigns supreme.
And that will do it.
On to hell, hell! All is disease.
So what quest do we have? Oh, nice. That's a heck of a lot of money. Good. It really does boil down to whether or not Rakarth is going to show up. Yep, there he is. He shows up. He saves the day. I sell him stuff. I just want to get to a really stable situation over here with this campaign before ending it. Like, just good economy, stable situation, dealing with the dwarves, all that kind of stuff. Well, dwarves are dwarves. Annoying little shits, but... Ambush them?
We have a visitor, Brachus. Shall we hear them, or flay them alive? So be it.
So we got the military ally. Or a defensive ally, at least. Shuriken Jutsu.
Strike like snake. Striking killer. Want contract. Spread corruption. pestilence.
And there's the money that I needed.
Pestilent aura. Agreed.
Bow, well, for you are in the presence of great.
Look,
And now we turn around and deal with the elves.
I see you.
That's exactly what we're gonna do over here. Get some pestilent breath.
Decay and die. I am the Plague Lord.
Talk at me in your crude language if you must. I mean,
Or maybe just send this army against the elves. Should be able to deal with them. I mean, you want your best army to go north against Ita at the end of the day.
Approach me.
What do you want?
Thing.
You worry about that. To be fair, if Rakarth wants the mountains, he can have the freaking mountains. And that's my perspective. So basically, if he wants to declare war against the dwarves, that's on him.
Bring decay. Sassy. Just now. My eyes gone, but I see. Run, scurry, do not stop. Slit throat, neck.
begone.
I do not make a habit of meeting with lesser beings.
Alright, let's start the deployment and hit them where it freaking hurts. Wait, just get these guys. And start deployments. The only thing that I'm concerned about in this entire situation are those grudge throwers. That would be it. Not the thunderers. Nothing else. Weird deployment.
More contracts, yes? They die.
Yeah, I know the woods are protecting them. Maybe protecting them a bit too well. And they do have a lot of armor, so...
Leap paths from shadows.
Alright, hit them with the flamethrowers. Need to get them out of their precious woods. Okay, let's just use that attack. I mean, it's just a bunch of miners. It's like Autoresolve notwithstanding, this is not really gonna stress me out. Okay. Let's reduce that armor. Yeah, I should have brought some flamethrowers. Let's pull back over here. Intercept those dwarf warriors. Kill their leader. Pull back there. Alright, they're breaking. Keep in mind something about Night Runners. They might feel like a ranged unit, but they're really actually a hybrid unit. Hybrid melee unit. That does pretty decently in melee. It might not be the best result or the cleanest result. But as long as this army is destroyed, I'll be satisfied.
What orders? Night runners. Our tail's yours. Assassin. Wrenches.
Alright, they're breaking apart there.
Quick, quick! Snicked your apprentice.
Send them in.
Counselor's command. Quick, quick! Get to the leap! Get to the leap! Silent
Alright, we got more we wanted. They're breaking there. And now it will soon be over. Why do I say that? Well, you see what I'm doing here, right?
I'm now ready. Ready. Murder, kill.
That's it. Just kill the Lord. Burn him. Burn his beard. Well, there's still one army, but it won't really matter as much. So we had the Dwarven Barbecue. Great stuff. Get some infiltrators and get some engineering skill as well. You know, it would be nice, but I suppose it doesn't matter. Engineering skills, so you can either get speed for warp grinders, charge bonus. Yeah, that armor benefit isn't a joke. Let's get concealment bombs though.
Ready.
And the real question is whether or not I keep this for myself or sell it to Rakarth. See, Skaven don't really care for 2 settlement provinces. On the flip side...
Tell me, have you any unusual creatures for?
Cruel.
I mean, there's plenty of territory that I obviously want. You see, Gorok, right? Let me get rid of these 2. So, economic situation is going to improve. Hell, I could just let Rakarth deal with all of this. He would, as well. Guy's no joke. The thing is, Dark Elves, like, if you allied them, and you keep, and they get a lot of territory, they'll, like, you don't need control of it. So all of the southern tip of Lustria is not interesting to me. I want the gold mine, to be sure. But I don't really care about a lot of things here. And so we lay siege. This is what I hate about playing Escape. This is why I use Autoresolve mods. You tell me I'm losing this battle, I laugh in your face. Like, after winning, like, okay. You look at this situation, it's just a bunch of miners. You look at this layout, you understand I have siege equipment that will just destroy these walls. It's like, yeah, that...
Tread carefully.
Autoresolve is a really horrible thing in the game, guys.
Like any other beast. Taking
Sell the
command.
copper landing to him.
Fear my...
Anad,
Now, interestingly enough, the region here, the Copper Desert, would actually be good for Skaven. No joke. But that's the way of things sometimes.
Attack! Spread boxes!
So, let me show you how easy this battle is gonna be, because it's gonna be freaking pathetic. The Skaven are here, the Skaven are here. Yeah, this is how pathetic this is gonna be. Like, I could attack this wall, I could attack from the other side. Not really a problem. Or my favorite spot, right here. Bring the walls down on their heads.
Knight brothers! Lord Skrolk!
Alright, just making sure.
Aura of pestilence!
They don't really have any range units.
Yes, yes! Climb the greens! Moving! Assassinate! Swift, make deadly! Murder, kill! Hazard, charge!
And if I got lucky here. Now I just need to wait for the range units to do their thing. Or I could just brush in the walls, kill everything inside because I have the fucking army to do so. Reduce their armor. While using plague claws and against formidable. Okay, where did I summon those? Just kill their lord. Remember, this was a battle I was supposed to lose in the Autoresolve. Yeah, right. That's totally gonna happen. Reduce his armor. You can see what's happened to the Dwarven army. So much for them, by the way. Okay. Wargrinders do have a tendency of being a bit squishier than they should be, I think. Oh, but towers, they're really great, guys. Unfortunately, the one unfortunate effect of all of this is that I ain't really Quake, so... I don't really have... Like, this is the thing about Snitch that makes him so really powerful, is like, Snitch can not only do this, but he can also like hero kill in a way that very few other people can. Alright, pull it back. They did their part. Some flamethrowers would have been nice. Problem is, like, the reason I didn't get them over here in this particular army, and I got them for the other one, is I figured, yeah, if I'm gonna fight Tenwin or what remains of Tenwin in a fucking battle, I was like, I'd rather not have them. And that's it. Victory. So much for the siege layout and all the... Like, look at the size of the settlement and understand how meaningless this is. Now, the point I want to make, though, is like, if you're an attacker in these kind of settlements, you don't want to go deep in the city. Why would you? Although in this case, I think I'm going to stick with this particular province because, well, one of the reasons is I actually want to get an engineer. So we're going to go for some corruption. And that's it. The road to Gorak is open. And eventually I'll do the quest, but I'll just CPA at the moment. From my perspective... I mean, I got plenty of casters, so I'm not really concerned about that. Let's get some melee attack. Get Gutter Fighter. We can get Vermintide if we wanted to. So Gorak is next. I could even get rid of... Yeah, I think I will. Actually, yeah, let's just... hold on. Yeah, I'm not quite ready to give up the weapon dump just yet. And I'm choosing to go control over here. I'll switch these buildings out, or maybe I'll get the weapon dump on the... Yeah, bombardiers would have been useful, wouldn't they? And we just prepare to strike Gorak as hard as we can over here. And my entire northern flank is secure, or my western flank is secure, because it's like very few people are going to get through that in Rakarth. Like, even if they get through part of it, Rakarth turns around, wipes the floor with them. Dark Elves are not fun. Like, I've seen Rakarth take control over the entirety of southern Lustria. Like, understand, Tenwin is a nightmare to deal with as Skaven. Rakarth wipes the floor with him, AI.
Archplague Lord.
Another quest battle. This one might be easier. No joke. Not resolved because, well, Skaven Autoresolve being Skaven Autoresolve, but...
And you keep...
He ain't ready.
Come, speak. Let's talk about the trade.
Is he winning? No, he's actually losing.
Power magic.
Rat's mate. we can finally get that particular structure there.
It's in the plague book. Bring decay. No, not fun. Time to attack.
Damn, I would love to take the money there.
Hey, Lord.
No joke. So anyway,
By hornet rats
the
whiskers.
situation has been stabilized.
No.
Skaven
There's
warlord.
very little that can happen over here that would upset my calculations.
The nation calls.
Get that melee attack benefit.
Clan
Evasion.
pestilence.
Concealment bomb.
My eyes gone, but I see. Clan pestilence is all.
Then I can get some Randling Gunners.
Hides.
Let's see that quest bell with third odds.
Scurry forth.
Yeah, expect this Skaven Autoresolve being Skaven Autoresolve.
You're in Liber Bonicus.
So another siege awaits us in Skrolk. If you play a Skaven campaign by default with no AR mods, this is what you're gonna get. A bunch of crappy battles that you're gonna decimate your opponents against. Oh, by the way, you see those Lizardmen? I see those Lizardmen. They're gonna die. Okay, Lufer. Someone's about to piss me off.
Approach me.
What do you want? Well, we gotta keep our training partner alive.
Come, speak. Let's talk. Barter trade. Good. Yes, master. Blades trim. The plague. Point right hand. Ride under him. Join us. Fight my brothers.
So, get the barracks over here. And then we'll just turn around, deal with everything in the way. And that will sort everything. And once, like, it's just about the start, right? But now, Itza's on the chopping block with them gone.
You must be eager.
I turn everything I have against Lufer Harkon if he dares stand in my way. If he presumes to stand in my way, I'll wipe the floor with him.
Frenzy fight.
And then, yeah, just turn against these Lizardmen. Take out all of their settlements. Maybe even take out one of the settlements of the High Elves. While Rakarth just obliterates them.
Have you any rat oak?
And that would be about it. It's really just about the mobility that you have. Everything else, like the quests, the items, all that, meaningless. Probably recommend to play with an AR mod. Though, if you want to really experience this campaign, try and beat 10 win on Legendary very hard with very hard battle stats and an open battle. Good luck with that. I admit, I can't do it. At least not as early. Like, that's the thing. Like, if I level up, maybe if I turn everything I have against Skrolk, deal with him, still, leaving 10 win is the more dangerous choice. Costin signing out.